So I woke up this morning and I have this haunting memory. When I first met my husband's mother, she sat me down and she was someone who collected every single photograph from my husband's childhood and organized them in a photo album. So she sat me down and she had me look at every class photo of my husband, and I had to pick my husband out. It was like a test, and this memory keeps coming up. Um, as I'm sitting there talking to my mother-in-law, finding my husband, and she seemed rather surprised that I could find him in every photograph. I'm looking at my husband in the photographs, and I'm thinking, what's happening to him? The first one was kindergarten, and he was still smiling, but as he moved through the grades, the smile was gone. And this disturbed me, and I remember it. So while I'm sitting there being agreeable with my mother-in-law, who I just met, well, it was like the second time I met her, I'm also looking at these photographs and having these inside thoughts of what's happening, what happened. And at the time, I probably didn't think about what had happened in New York when I was very disturbed by the modeling industry. So this morning I woke up and I realized in many ways that what was happening to my husband was that he was fighting and coming into the world and accepting the behaviors that were demanded of this system, and in this process he was being shut down. So I relate this to memory and reading, and memories are like they're like a movie, and we move as these memories, and we no longer move as the physical. And I asked myself, I'm really looking at this because how does one actually really talk to the physical? How does one really move as the physical? I was also helping this little girl to read, and I could actually see when she was no longer seeing the words on the page. It's as though she was no longer seeing the words on the page. She was like literally looking at something else, like a movie in front of her. And this is what we all do. This is what we're all doing. And this is why what we are is shut down. This is the mind. And there must be many people out there who realize this as I have realized this, have asked questions where I see the gamut of the movement of growth from a child to an adult. And I see that something has been shut down or stopped or reformed in a limited way where the joy of the child is no longer existent. There must be many, many adults who've lived a long enough life in this world who see this as I see this. Well, this is what destiny is talking about. And the movement of self as memory is so extensive. Already a child in the 3rd grade is doing this as they try to fit in, because there's nowhere else for them to go as they're shut down. This has to stop. And it will take many, many people in a group to stand up. Like an army of people standing up for the physical, to actually move as the physical and not move as this imposed memory system. We must do this, and because in not being the physical, in not being here with the physical, we're ignoring, we're not seeing, and thus we're not realizing, and thus we're not taking care of this physical world. And we're shutting down our children. We're forcing them into living away from the physical. It's not only about taking care of this physical world, it's about taking care of yourself, becoming the physical you, the here you, not the you moving as memory. Memory cannot, it's imagery, it cannot be the physical, it cannot take care of the physical, it's imagery. It's not what's actually here. Join Destiny, start the Destiny I process, support an equal money system. It's time to include the physical world, even within yourself. It's time to stop moving as memory. Thank you.